Good morning, angels and others. And you might discern that I'm on the side of a road with the cars going by, but there's not many cars on this country road. And the only other company I keep here is some cows, which I will show you later on. Very placid and happy, I think. Placid anyway. So a lot of people are wanting to make a difference in the world. And a lot of people are putting a lot of striving and effort and money and time and all that into finding their passion and trying to make a difference. So I'm going to tell you a story about the non-striving. It's a true story, and it happened around 30 years ago. And I think it was in Illinois. It was in the United States, in a girls' school where the teachers obviously weren't supposed to touch the students, and particularly the male students were not supposed to touch the female students. Absolutely verboten. Anyway, sometimes our human response overrides rules. And the art teacher, he was walking around the room, and all his students were standing there at their easels, painting away, and he was stopping at each one and giving guidance and confirmation and whatever. And so he stopped beside this girl, a 15-year-old girl, and he watched her paint for a moment, and he just put his hand on her shoulder and said, "That is really, really good." And he walked on. And that's the end of the story. Well, it would be if 10 years later she hadn't written him a letter, which is what she did. And in the letter she said to him, "You probably don't remember me, and you definitely don't remember the incident, but 10 years ago I was in your class and you stopped beside me while I was painting. You put your hand on my shoulder and said, 'That's really, really good.'" Whatever her name was, Justine, whatever. She said, "That afternoon I was going to go home and commit suicide. But your human touch and those few words of affirmation, of support, changed my mind, and I chose not to. And now, 10 years later, I am happily married with 2 children. And I think you need to know that without your warm human hand on my shoulder and your affirmation, 2 children would not exist, a happy husband wouldn't exist, and our happy marriage wouldn't exist, and all of everything that's come around for in-laws and friends that have existed because of that small hand on my shoulder." We don't know what that teacher's response was when he read that letter, but I would have cried my heart out. It was just so touching. I'm almost doing it now. And so often, when we change the world, it's not through any deliberate striving, any purposeful thing that we do. So often, it's the tiny things that we're impulsed to do. Not sure if impulse is a word, but our human impulse just says, "Do this, just do that." And so I'm suggesting to you, if you can't find your passion, if you can't find the meaning of your life, the thing that you're supposed to do, whatever it is, you're probably doing it right now. It might be smiling at somebody at a cafe. It might be just saying hello to someone who hasn't spoken to anyone for a long time. It might be some little thing that you just feel impulsed. There's another word, there must be. Moved to do. That's better. And so often we strive and get nowhere, and push and try and get some great purpose going and start on these projects, and eventually they die a natural death and we go on to another one. But possibly more likely, probably, what your purpose is what you are doing right now. And if you can't think about what to do right now, I will give you a little exercise that you can do today. So it's a breathing exercise, and you can do it as many times as you like. I would suggest you do it right now after this video. And it's very simple. Just sit relaxed, feet on the ground, maybe take your shoes off if you can, and just be with yourself for a moment. You might like to close your eyes. I hope this wind isn't too noisy. Anyway, and start breathing. As you breathe in the word clarity. Clarity. You can say it out loud, or you can just do it silently in your mind. Breathe in clarity and breathe out confusion. Breathe in clarity, breathe out confusion. Breathe in clarity, breathe out confusion. So I'm suggesting 21 in and out breaths just with those two words. Stay with those two words, taking in clarity, letting go of confusion. And the third thing to do, it doesn't have to be at the same time. It can be through the rest of the day when you remember it in these moments. I'll show you my pet cows. Where are they? Oh, they've gone away. They've left me. They were right here before. Anyway, so during the day, even during the meditation if you can, but it doesn't matter, just hold the word peace. Just remember the word peace. Savor it, taste it, see it. Maybe it has a color, maybe it has a shape, maybe it has a texture, maybe it has a feeling. And just hold gently the word peace in your open palm, in a sense. Because, of course, you can hold more sand in an open palm than you can in a clenched fist. So when we're holding these words, clarity, confusion, peace, I'm suggesting do it with an open palm, and we can hold more that way. So, I bless you with clarity and peace, and may your day be a spiffingly beautiful one.